Hello friends of Biblia Libre, I'm Edgar Escobar. Welcome to Sin Pelos en la Lengua from Biblia Libre. And today we bring you a scandal. Oh my God. One of those huge ones, one of the biggest we've presented here. But mostly because of, let's say, the media coverage of the scandal. And today we're going to talk about a somewhat well-known prophet. He's Venezuelan and lives in Paraguay. I'm talking about Mr. Luis López, the self-proclaimed prophet, since he has preached in quite a few places, in rather crowded places like churches. In Brazil, in Chile, he's also part of Legendarios. He's been to the Dead Sea and the Jordan River as well. It must be said that he travels a lot. And he even has a book written called Códigos de Conquista. I won't discuss the book since I haven't read it and don't plan to. This man is the pastor of a church called Aguas en el Desierto. And well, I don't know if there's any water left. I think there's more desert than water, according to what we're going to see today. Well, this past July 9th, in his church, there was a huge scandal when his sister-in-law, Analia Vanessa Rodriguez Benitez, accompanied by her father, came to ask the congregation if they could show certain videos and literally expose the pastor's infidelity towards his wife. Look at what happened in that dramatic moment.
Worried the videos and images will be shown.
Things won't go your way. That's just crazy.
Come on, Pastor. Do you guys think this is a question? No. Excuse me. No. Or let my dad speak.
Here's what I'll tell everyone I've represented in jail. If you want to solve a problem, come to my house because you need to be here to call them.
And what are you afraid of if you didn't do anything? You don't owe anything. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid? Of course that's it, brother. You are my wife. I'm looking for you, Maria. You've fallen in love with me. You have to be here talking.
You have to be here talking.
Seriously, look.
I have to be here with my wife. My wife. Where is my sister now? Crying. Where is she? Should I call her? And yes, of course. Who would like to see their sister suffer?
After that, the pastor started insulting his sister-in-law from the pulpit. Oh!
I told him, I want you to know Analia is a prostitute. Let's tell everything, right? And she's a person who consults witch doctors. And she's a person who lights candles. And she's a person who, since I got here, has risen up against the ministry. I asked him, tell Edie, tell him. Look, Edie, tell him. Hey, Edie, tell him, don't you want to record the trick?
But everything escalated to something much bigger when the pastor, in a very wise way, let's say very prudent, tried to give his sister-in-law a little kiss.
Night. Hey, no! Don't come in! Come in, brother!
Come in!
Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Goodbye!
But is his sister-in-law? Right? Is it true that this man was being unfaithful to his wife? Sure. Well, it all started when they discovered several incidents and several things that seemed to indicate that this was the situation. One of them is, without a doubt, a WhatsApp chat with someone from the church that is quite inappropriate. In that chat, the pastor insists to the young woman from the church that he wanted to bring out the passion she had inside. And she tells him, Pastor, I'll save that for my wedding, not with you. Well, said young woman. In other words, there were already some signs of infidelity. However, the suspicions kept growing and growing, which is why Analia and other sisters from the church, since she doesn't attend church regularly, I have to mention that did the following. They saw and realized that he was picking up a sister from the church at, well, not very appropriate hours.
That's when she finally got... She left and went up there out front.
On the other block she's worked, right?
She works on this pedestrian.
Like good detectives, they went to the owners of the house, asked them, And well, they have a lot of recordings, a lot. But maybe this one is the most revealing.
And the time you're going to find him is at night because he stays over. Almost every day he stays over. And then you might find him around 5:30 in the afternoon because he goes to pick her up from work and drops her off at the house. That's his daily routine. He goes to pick her up. He picks her up from work and brings her back home. Around 5:30 they arrive because when I get home from school with my son, they come in. And on top of that, last time, he shamelessly told my husband that he leaves the truck up above. We have a regular parking spot, but he leaves the truck up there just for security reasons. No, it's because he doesn't want anyone to catch him.
But it wasn't just audio recordings proving that the pastor frequently visited the girl, arrived early, left late, and sometimes even spent the night at that house. No. That's not enough. They showed Analia the security camera videos. Like, for example, this one from June 16th, where the pastor arrives at 9 p.m., or this one from July 2nd, where he arrives at 6:23 in the morning, or this one from July 8th, where the pastor is arriving at 4 p.m., or this one, leaving that same day, but at 6 in the morning. So were they together all day? We don't know. It seemed pretty obvious. They had seen the pastor leaving with this woman. They had seen the security videos. They received the testimony of the homeowners. So they had no choice but to go to talk to the woman and ask her if she was really having an illicit relationship with. So in a rather clever way, let's put it that way, they met with other pastors. It was a large group. Pastors, the father, the sisters from the church. They all went to talk to this girl. And indeed, in the middle of the conversation, which I have to say, I have videos of the conversation, which I won't publish out of respect for the girl's identity. This girl admitted that she had an illicit relationship with this pastor. And the impact was so great that she even fainted. I also have that video where she faints. The pastor counsels her, discusses God's word, and ministers to her. Yes, brothers, some pastors truly do this. This was something tremendous. But this is going to have a tremendous plot twist. Because just then, unbelievable, just by some strange coincidence of life, right when they were there, guess who showed up? Yes, gentlemen, Pastor Luis.
Because God is honoring me. Stop messing with me. Stop messing with me. Why are you attacking others? How are your children and your family? Are you only doing this to me? Okay, let's say I made a mistake. This is the way you do things. All of you are crazy. You don't know what pastoral ministry is. You failed once. It's just that you're not being patient with me.
Besides being very upset, the pastor started insulting his sister-in-law in a rude, grotesque way. In other words, the way he defends himself is the way guilty people do, by accusing the other person. He's not defending himself or using arguments to prove that what they're saying is false. He's using arguments to show that others are also bad. In that sense, then it's a terrible defense.
Listen to him. I did whatever. Why the scandal and conspiracy? Why no guts? You're shameless. You did as you pleased. And you must trust those who help you. Nothing. You're shameless. Record. Eddie, record, since I also helped you sing. Record. You're a woman who prostitutes herself. You're a woman who visits witches. You're a woman always taking the kids to San Juan parties and lighting candles. And you all believe a Jezebel who wants to ruin a ministry. Why didn't you call me?
Why did you come here upset? Are you doing something?
Do you have to be here with...
Don't be rude, sir.
And finally, supposedly, he handed over his pastoral credentials to the pastor present.
You're jealous. Why?
Of course I'm jealous of you. I'm really jealous of you, yeah.
Here's the pastor's fellowship competition.
I hand over my things. Do you think I make a living as a pastor? You're attacking the ministry. You're going to get sick, girl. No one is attacking the ministry.
And that's fine. Go ahead. Leave everything in God's hands. You know what? I leave everything in God's hands. Exactly.
You, Eddie, who are you in the congregation? Why? Who are you in the congregation? Please. All right, here he is, the pastor.
Are you coming, Mom?
This is what
I wanted. Hey.
And ask him if I bought it. Because that scheme, look, Karina, a woman who has been attacking the ministry for a while, did.
Up to this point, we have shown very suspicious behavior and clear evidence of immorality, arrogance, rudeness, and language. Vulgarity, shouting. Lack of simplicity. So it was because of this, because of all this drama, that they decided to go to the church to show the videos and the evidence and everything that came here to Biblia Libre. Was it appropriate for them to go to the church? Maybe it wasn't the best way to handle things, but it also wasn't the right reaction from the pastor. If he was really innocent, as he swears up and down and would swear on anything, then he should have let them speak and say everything they had to say. And then with the arguments of an innocent man, clearly prove that it wasn't true and that there was no way to prove that he had done what they were saying he did. But that's not what happened. And we already saw it in the videos. He acted arrogantly. What he did was accuse the people who were accusing him, probably bringing up things those people had told him in previous counseling sessions. A true pastor should never do that. Never. No matter how much they're attacking you. That's just not done. After this, which was so terrible, we had the opportunity to interview Analia directly, the main person involved in all of this. Well, the secondary key figure who was responsible for showing, at least up to this point, the alleged situation, her brother-in-law's infidelity. Let's listen to what she tells me.
And to be able to understand everything that has been happening in this church, we have as our guest Analia Vanessa Rodriguez, who was a main participant and was one of the people who recorded all the events we just saw and who questioned the actions of this man, Luis Lopez. We welcome and greet Analia. Analia, how are you? Good morning. How are you doing?
Much better now, Pastor. Today, we woke up feeling much better. After everything that happened yesterday, there were a lot of nerves in the videos. You can see how I reacted. My reaction was fine, it was appropriate, but, well, I am weak, and that's just the way I am. The way I am is that I react when I have to react. And like I told several people, I told the pastor himself, if I have to fight for my family and for my sister, I will do it.
Well, Analia, explain to us what happened, because we saw the whole show, the whole spectacle, but we still don't really understand what this man is being accused of. Adultery. Adultery. They found him with another woman. Yes, and she's not his wife. Well, adultery. They found him with another woman.
Sometimes there was no concrete evidence. There was no proof. But this time, there is evidence. Because it already happened years ago. But well, he knew how to defend himself. He has a way with words, that's for sure. He knows how to defend himself like everyone else. But well, there was no concrete evidence.
Now, what concrete evidence do you have? Now,
we have videos of him staying there and of the time he enters this woman's house. I'm gonna omit her name here because yes, I mean.
He comes in. You have the video when he comes in?
Yes. All the time, every time he went to visit her. According to him, it was used as an excuse because she was high or drinking, so he would go to help her. But how could he go and stay so late at night helping a single woman in a house without his wife?
How many hours was he there?
He would stay all night.
All night. The video shows he was there the entire night. Yes.
It's the whole night. We have the times when he leaves the house, when he comes in, how many times he goes per day. It's not just once a week. It was practically all the time, all day. We have a lot of evidence of when he would leave and come back. We also have messages to another woman. I want that infatuated woman to come forward. I won't say the name, that passionate woman. She laughs. She says to him, yes. She answers him and says, yes, Pastor, when will I get married? And he goes and answers her, write to me like that. That they put it all the way in. He writes to that woman. And she answers him, I don't like it, Pastor. When I get married, I wrote back, I don't like it. I'm telling him again. We have the screenshots. I'm not gonna say anything without proof. Everything I'm saying is backed up.
He has evidence.
He has evidence.
Yes.
One more thing.
We also already have the woman's confession. She admitted that, according to what he told her, he no longer loved my sister. The woman attends that church. Just so you know, she also attends the church. This woman's family even turned against her, but it was out of fear because she has 2 little girls. They were afraid that she would be separated from the girls too, because they were afraid for the 2 little girls who were left outside. And they would say to them, to the girls, they would say, I'm going in to pray with your mom. Stay there. They left the girls outside. He would arrive with wine. There are also videos where you can see him arriving with bottles of wine. No, yes.
Of course, I understand. Now, one question. This woman, you say, confessed to the illicit relationship with the man. Yes. Are there witnesses to that confession? Yes.
If I remember correctly, there were about 6 or 7 of us. She's already in trouble since this happened yesterday. Oh, this happened yesterday when everything already escalated, when I already confronted her. Because I confronted the woman at her job, I admit it. I went and confronted her at her job. Afterwards, I did apologize to her. I wrote to her on Messenger and apologized for my reaction. I know it wasn't her fault because, well, she's just another victim. She wasn't the one in a relationship. The one who was committed was my brother-in-law, Pastor Luis López. He was the one committed to the church and to my sister.
Now, among the witnesses, is there someone who can, give a credible testimony? What do I mean by that? A pastor, a minister, someone from the church as well?
Yes, of course. There was the president of the Paraguayan Association of Pastors. It wasn't like that at all. Everything that was done was supported. No, we didn't go there to talk. Because actually, what we did was go talk to the owner of the rental where that woman lives. It was the landlord who gave us all the videos. And he doesn't have any problem telling everything as it was because he was tired of it. He didn't even know that that person was a man, a married man. Pastor Luis. He confessed absolutely everything, told everything. He felt sorry. Well, he was the one who gave us all the evidence we have.
Now, that's when they brought the pastors. Which pastors? You mentioned the president of the association.
Yes, Pastor Paredes was there. Pastor Portillo. The other name I don't remember. And my dad, Mr. Pedro Rodriguez, was there too.
Okay, they were all there, and she confessed that she was in this illicit relationship.
Yes, she was in bad shape. She even fainted because Luis, my brother-in-law, took her out of a truck. He was acting crazy, yelling. He went crazy when he saw all of us there. He insulted me, calling me a prostitute.
Question, how did he get there? How did he know you were there?
He didn't know. He didn't know we were there. He went there to attack the landlord because he found out that he gave us all the videos. But when he saw them on the way, he started recording. There are videos where he starts recording. Seeing the cars already parked, he realizes we were all there before him. And there he goes crazy and starts yelling, insulting everyone. Yes, he sinned. That it wasn't the way for us to do things. And like that, he made a scene.
We have the videos, yes. Now, another question. So you all go to the church afterward. What was the purpose of going to the church since they have their meeting in front of everyone? What?
To expose him in front of everyone. Not everyone, because there were only a few members since on Thursdays, they have their meeting. It's not that the whole congregation goes. On Sundays, yes. But well, it was Thursday, and I didn't want to wait any longer. I didn't want to wait anymore because my intention was to expose him in his role as a pastor. Personally, of course, I care about my sister. But it's her decision if she decides to forgive him or not. That's not my concern anymore. What I wanted was to expose him in his role as a church pastor. I wanted him to be removed or for people to know. They didn't want to show the videos because I was yelling. I was also there yelling at him in front of the whole congregation. I wanted the images and videos we have of him to be shown on the screen. He didn't allow it. He even asked the woman in charge of the projectors to turn them off, to unplug them. My dad was going to speak into the microphone. He told her to turn off the microphone. He didn't allow it. But we exposed him anyway. He got angry. He insulted me again there, calling me Jezebel, that I wasn't a prostitute. My personal life is none of his business. It doesn't matter to anyone because, like I said, that's why I don't pretend to be a saint. I don't say I'm a saint. I don't go to church. I'm nobody to judge anyone. But I'm also not going to allow someone like that to come and insult me. Me or someone who doesn't have any judgment. The one I'm defending is my sister, whether people like it or not. I will always defend my sister, even if she gets mad at me. If she gets mad, who gets mad? I want him to be removed from that church because he has no right to be in the pulpit.
That church is a denomination, right? Did you contact his direct superiors in the church to show them that evidence?
No, we acted on our own. We didn't go directly to the church.
Okay.
They haven't spoken to us. There are also pastors from Bolivia, but I didn't communicate with them. It was another sister, Edith, who communicated with the people from Bolivia. We also wanted to talk to the people from Atalaya, the ones from Legendarios, because he is with them too. We intended to tell absolutely everything to everyone, so that I don't know if it would close doors for him, but at least so that he would admit it. He doesn't admit it. Up to now, he keeps denying it. Okay. He even tells you before God, he keeps flat out denying it. He denies all the accusations, even in the face of the evidence.
Okay, so there's physical evidence, there are witnesses, there are confessions, there are prior records, there are text messages. We're sorry for what happened and what is happening with this man, Luis Lopez. We will also be inviting him to give his side of the story if he wants, and we would be glad to have him explain what happened in the videos and why he behaved in a way that a pastor should not behave, regardless of whether he did or did not do what he is accused of, right? Because beyond that, obviously, his behavior in the videos is not that of a Christian, and much less that of a pastor. But I want to encourage you not to lose heart and not to let this terrible image that this man left for you define you. In the sense that not all pastors nor all Christians.
No, honestly, like I said, experience, I mean, I'm not new to the church either. About not attending, I haven't attended for a long time. I've fallen away. But I'm also not, I mean, I'm aware that man is just a man. That the only perfect one here is God. I'm aware of that we all sin. But we also need to acknowledge it and not do it again. And apologize if necessary to recognize it. And I think the church, they should take care of it. If they have to take any action against him, like at least remove him from his position, whatever it is, but he should admit that he made a mistake.
Okay. Analia, thank you very much for being with us. And we hope all of this gets resolved. Sending you a hug. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You heard her. Those are some interesting arguments. But, well, no. Happy with this. The man sent an audio message to his sister-in-law,
where he says, I'm only going to send you this audio because I don't understand the magnitude of your evil, as if I had stolen the money from him, as if I had stolen the house from him. I don't care about his money or house. My essence is unique and you'll never be me. And with all the characteristics you have as a woman. I'm only going to tell you one thing, Analia. Leave me alone. Leave me be. Seriously, I don't understand that kind of evil, wanting to destroy. Why that desire to destroy? Is the evil in your heart really so great that you want to destroy? Well, let me tell you something. I've never seen anyone as evil as you. Why the persecution? Why? Let's say that. Yes, but why the destruction? Why? Why the destruction? Why like this? Why? Let's say I did fail. I sinned. Who are you to judge, to condemn, to create that huge problem you caused? Who are you? Oh, so you're... Does it matter? Do you care more about your opinion of me? That's what I said. And strength, the best for me is just about to begin. Because it wasn't a man who called me. It was God who called me. And if this is the protocol, God used to take me out of this town, well, he will use it. But wherever I am, I will put down roots. Because you never forget, never forget, Analia, that what God raises up, not even hell itself can destroy. I bless you. Bye. I hope you're doing very well. I hope you block me from your contacts, all that stuff. And that you change someday. Change and leave behind the evil. Evil doesn't bring anything good. Evil is the worst thing there can be. We are all sinners, and you are the first among them. And if at some point I made a mistake, I am also a sinner. Like any human being, I'm not an infallible guy. But if there's anything in my heart, it's that I don't have the evil you have.
It's disgusting. That man needs Jesus. Do you realize how he shifts his own responsibility onto his sister-in-law? Maybe I did it. Maybe I committed that sin. He won't admit or acknowledge it. Maybe. But you're worse for saying it. Really? Are you seriously treating it as an alleged sin? Because that maybe would mean that he actually did it. Are you putting that supposed sin on the one who exposed it? Because he's harming the ministry. Isn't an immoral pastor doing more harm to the ministry? That's what I'm saying, right? He's the one who's saying, maybe I failed, maybe I did it. And with even harsher words, right? Besides that, he only attacks. He doesn't address the facts. Not at any moment. He only attacks the person who accuses him. I don't understand the extent of your evil and your family's evil. I've never seen anyone as bad as you. We're all sinners and you're the first among them. So what? And does that exempt him from pastoral responsibility? There's a false equivalence here. Sure, we're all sinners, but it's one thing for me to be a repentant sinner. And it's another thing for me as a pastor, a minister of the gospel, to have sinned and not acknowledge my sin and continue in the ministry as if nothing happened. They are two completely different things. Furthermore, he launches into outright personal attacks, broad generalizations, and contemptuous language that is completely contrary to what the Lord Jesus taught. When they say Matthew 5:22, whoever says fool to his brother will be exposed to the fire of hell. Like that. Furthermore, Paul also says in Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupt word come out of your mouth, but only what is good for necessary edification. What edification? What stands out to me the most is when he says the phrase, the problem is that you will never be able to be me. Oh no, be careful. Oh. Guillermo Maldonado, no offense, okay? Well, that was a bad example. Philippians 2-3 says, do nothing out of rivalry or conceit, but in humility consider others as more important than yourself. A true pastor never tells another, you will never be able to be like me. Never claim you're invincible or indestructible just because you have an assignment and believe everything they do to you is the Lord doing you good. No, 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 no. That's against God's word and shows a lack of gospel understanding. Where did these guys study? Seriously, where? Because with all due respect, I was a Pentecostal pastor for many years. I studied at a good Pentecostal seminary, and they taught me very good things in pastoral ethics. Excellent, excellent. It seems these people didn't study that at all. Now, why are we making this video? First of all, to tell this gentleman that if he has a different version, we invite him to come and talk. I have a lot of questions to ask him. I'd be happy to give you space here for an interview and talk with you. Write to me at biblialibrary@gmail.com. I would be glad to talk. But of course, we do it live in front of everyone and we publish it. Yes, with pleasure. Secondly, 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 20, speaking about the elders. Paul says, those who persist in sin, rebuke them in the presence of all, so that the others may also fear. An elder, a leader, a pastor does this. I'm not even accusing him of infidelity. No, 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 no. I'm accusing him of the scandal. I'm accusing him of obscene words. I'm accusing him of rudeness. I'm accusing him of lack of humility. I'm accusing him of arrogance. When someone does this, and we have it right there on video, right? I don't even need infidelity. Everything else, well, he should repent. And if he doesn't repent, like this man hasn't, then expose him in front of everyone. That's what the word says. That's what Paul says. Some people prefer to keep all this hidden, insisting no one should know and to sweep it under the rug. No, that's not the church. The church is transparent. The church shows everyone what it does and why it does it. And when someone sins in the church, we have to take the appropriate measures regarding this, since this independent church isn't accountable to anyone. they can do whatever they want.
Oh my God.
So, the invitation is open to this gentleman if he wants to talk to us. What do you think? Write it here in the comment box. Share this video on all your social networks so that more people can watch out for people like this. Thank you for being with us here on Sin Pelos en la Lengua from Biblia Libre.